You've been listening to Liberty Lady Flames basketball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. This is the Coca-Cola Postgame Locker Room Report. Coming up, we'll have the postgame thoughts of Lady Flames head coach Kerry Green. And we'll talk with the Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game. Now, we take you back courtside at the arena.
All right, welcome back in, and we're joined by Audrey Rettstatt. And Audrey, you've got stat in your name. Do you keep track of your stats at all? Do you pay a lot of attention to statistics?
A little bit. I try not to. I try to just play, just how I feel and how I'm feeling that day, not necessarily trying to get too much into the stats, because then I realize I'm getting too far into my head.
Did you realize that you had a double-double?
I knew I had gotten a lot of rebounds. I didn't know how many. And then the points, the free throws at the end just kind of racked it up. But, I didn't know I had a double-double, but, yeah. It
was a great win for the Lady Flames. They get the win here, 67-56 over Charleston Southern. And this is a unique Buccaneer team. They're scrappy. They really turn people over a lot. What is it about them? You see teams that will trap along sidelines or baselines, but they'll trap anywhere on the court.
Yeah, they're very tenacious. They're always going after you. When you think you're out of the trap, they keep coming, and they'll catch you from behind. You got to give it to them for being super aggressive and playing hard the entire game.
Now, when you came over, we were talking a little bit about Facebook Live, and it's the technological age now. There's so many different ways that you can get content.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the old days, you had probably transistor radio, and now between your cell phone, between your computer, laptop, you can watch, you can listen anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But you were talking about the fact that you've watched some of the videos, and we were talking a little bit of fashion with Eva a few weeks ago, because she likes to roll up her shorts, and it made me think that it looked like she was wearing a big belt,
yeah.
but she likes that style. Now, the one thing I'm going to ask you about is the pre-wrap. You guys, because I've thought about using that myself, because my hair gets in my eyes, and so
you should. It's very handy.
but why the pre-wrap instead of the headband?
Today it was mainly for the color, because today's the pink game, so everyone went with the pink pre-wrap in honor of that. But usually pre-wrap can stay in your hair pretty well, and you can just throw it out afterwards. It's nice and easy to rip off and get a new piece.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Ben has plenty of it.
Yes, he does. Full supply. He doesn't like it that much when we ask for it, but he's got it. So.
Yeah, there's probably enough in the budget, I think, for an extra roll. We'll settle up with him after the year's over. But one other thing that was fun, you were part of the group that went to Israel a few years ago, and one of my favorite memories from that trip, and you may not even remember this, there's a photo. It was so hot there. It was the middle of summertime. It was the desert. It was 110 degrees in one of the cities we were in. I don't think it was quite that hot where this took place, but I think it was when we went to Mikado. Am I saying that right? Or am I even close? Masada, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking McAdoo's.
Kind of close.
They're really close. Very good. I'm glad you're here. And it was just miserably hot that day, and there was this like granite slab in sort of a shaded area, and you were trying to cool off, and you just like planted yourself up against this rock to try to. You remember that? You try to cool off, and I don't know why. When I think of Israel, there's a few things I think of, and that picture is one of them. Is you're just kind of smashed up against the wall.
Like a tree frog or something.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a new nickname for you.
Oh gosh.
You're going to be the tree frog now. But that was the fun trip, and I know I'm not trying to be too sentimental here, but as your career is starting to wind down a little bit, those are the types of memories that 30 years from now, when you're talking to your kids, or maybe even further down the road, you're talking to your grandkids, those are the things that are going to be brought up. And I guess just talk a little bit about your career here at Liberty and how it's probably surpassed even your expectations.
Yeah, definitely. It's really surreal that I'm a senior and that it's my last year and I only have a couple weeks left. There's so much to be thankful for, and I've been blessed so much, far beyond what I could have ever imagined. And it's not just like success on the court or whatever, but just like the people I've come in contact with, the relationships I've built, the coaches who have invested in my life, and just like the teammates, the friendships I'll have from my life, and all the memories. Like that's something that's you can't buy that, and it's incredible. I'm speechless. I don't even know how to describe it. But
well, Coach Green tells a story on you about how he's like when you first got here as a walk-on, and he couldn't even get you to take a shot.
Yeah.
Is that a pretty fair assessment?
Yeah. My confidence was a little low. I was a little timid and shy. Just big eyes, intimidated by the whole Division I kind of thing. But
speed of the game.
Yeah. Yep. There was a big transition from high school, a small Christian school, to big Christian school, Division I. So.
Now you've got a sister that plays basketball
I do.
as well.
Yes. She's coming to Liberty next year, so the Rettstatts will carry on the legacy, I guess.
Be represented.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about her game.
She's great. She is very athletic, and she dominates in high school. I know it's different when you come to college and stuff. There will be an adjustment, but she loves to drive. She's got moves that I can't do.
Like Jagger?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no, she's great. She's very talented. She works hard, but it comes easy to her too. So. Well,
maybe one day you'll be her agent.
Yeah, I hope so. It'd be a privilege. I always tell her, make sure you remember me when you're famous.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, Audrey, congratulations on a great game and a big win for the Lady Flames. 67-56 over Charleston Southern. We'll see you next time out. It's, what is today? Today's Friday. It's weird to have a Friday game. It's throwing my brain off. But Tuesday night, you guys head up to Longwood, and we'll see you there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Audrey Rettstatt here as, again, Liberty gets the win. And as Audrey steps away, we're going to have to try to track down Coach Green. I don't know. We've lost him. He's probably getting pre-wrap for his hair. Except, well, wait a minute. There's never mind. It's always fun to talk to the girls after the game and lighthearted conversations like that. But don't anybody tell what we said about Coach Green. He's still got some hair. Not enough for pre-wrap, but he does have some hair. Welcome back into the Coca-Cola postgame show. Lady Flames get the win over Charleston Southern 67-56 in front of over 1,500 folks here in the Vine Center, a college for a weekend Friday, and a very lively crowd as we bring Coach Green in, and the girls feed off of that.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
You know, Jamie, it was the best crowd we had all season, and, college for a weekend obviously brought some additional players, not players, but there probably was a few players in the stands there too, but some additional fans, and, of course, our faithful was here, and our girls did feed off of it, and the crowd was alive, and they were involved in the game. It gave us a little more energy and encouraging us, and it's great to get the win in front of a crowd like that and have the support that we had tonight. And obviously, you probably have talked to one or two of my players. I really thought that Audrey Rettstatt, she had an outstanding game, a double-double. If I'm not mistaken, maybe her first career double-double while here at Liberty. And she just did the simple things. She was sneaking in on the offensive boards and getting points and getting rebounds, and ended up 5 offensive boards as well as 5 defensive boards with 10 rebounds and 19 points there. And, she was a good percentage from the field. And Ola Makarat, she was so focused on rebounding and led us on rebounding tonight, and especially on defense. Her length and her athletic ability to move and be active and rebound out of her area was very important. She led us with 11 rebounds tonight, and she also had a double-double. So that's exciting for both a freshman and a senior to have nights like tonight. And hopefully we'll continue to build on that and get on that tough road again. The road has been brutal for everybody in the conference, and this was an outstanding win. This Charleston Southern team was undefeated at home except for one loss, and that was to us, first game of the season. So they're a team that has beaten the top 2 teams, top 3 teams, and a team that's tough. I mean, at the end of the day, they're running good stuff, excellent floor balance, led with 3 ball handling guards. So they're coming off screens and running good stuff and turning you over, as we talked in a pregame. I think they're 14th in the nation in turning people over, and they turned us over tonight. We didn't handle the pressure as well as we want. I thought right there at the end, the fourth quarter, again, we win 3 out of 4 quarters, and that third quarter got us a little bit of trouble. We were outscored, I think, by 3 or 4 in the third quarter, but at the end of the game and taking care of the ball, managing the clock much better than we did the first 2 quarters. We were trying to manage the clock at the first 2, and for example, we took a shot in the first quarter. We're up by 3 and took a shot, got the rebound, and we're talking about 14 seconds. We should pull it out and milk the clock and take the last second shot, so we're up by 3 or 5 or 6, whatever happens. We shoot it real quick, we foul real quick, and they walk down and bang, bang, hit 2 free throws. So we got a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter. We got to be better at that and understand that. Play aggressive, play with freedom, liberty, until the last part of the quarter. So you have that opportunity, first quarter, to manage it, second quarter to manage it, third quarter to manage it. And the fourth quarter, I thought we really did a pretty good job managing it. In fact, there was probably 3 possessions in the fourth quarter that we took a shot with 1 or 2 seconds to go and got fouled right there or made the shot or whatever. And then guards did a pretty good job on the free throw line. We had a couple opportunities, and Ola was one of them, I think, that got an offensive rebound off of a missed free throw. A team that maybe was not attacking as much and maybe shooting a little bit too many threes in the first half, especially when first half, I can't remember how many threes did we take, but I remember we went to the free throw line 2 times. So actually we were at the free throw line 1 time in the whole first half, the second and first and second quarter. And as I look down here, we took 4 threes and then 6 threes. So we shot 2 free throws and 10 threes. Made a good percentage, but from there on, we're 0 for 6 for the second half. And but managed it. Really proud how we closed out in the fourth quarter, managing the time and the score and taking care of the ball.
Kian got in a little bit of foul trouble. I know you like her being aggressive, and you certainly love the fact that she's taking charges, and she's probably the most willing person in the league to take a charge. But when she's getting down to the stretch, 3 fouls, that was a big charge block. Officiating aside, whether it was the right call or the wrong call, the fact that are you I guess, what's your philosophy on that?
Let me help you out there.
Yeah.
You're struggling with that,
yeah.
Okay? You're talking about her character. Her character is she self-sacrifices, and that means she's willing to take a hit and fall to the floor for the team. And that's outstanding. There's nothing better than you can ask for out of a young lady, out of Lady Flames, out of any basketball player, because that is the biggest play in the game of basketball. Everybody likes the dunk. Everybody likes the last second fall away, out of bounds, 3-pointer. And those are plays, and those are exciting plays. But an offensive charge, taking an offensive charge, takes the ball out of your opponent's hand, gives them a foul, and gives you the ball. So it's a great opportunity, and she's probably led her team, no doubt, because she's self-sacrificing, and we've got to get other people involved. I mean, it really is sad, and it's in the personalities, and it's really hard to coach that. Okay, some people just do not like contact. Some people don't like you touching them, and this game is a contact sport, and you've got to learn to play the game and play within the rules. And in that particular situation, she's led us in charging and taking charges. There was an offensive foul though that that put her on the bench. She's got to be wise, and we talk about the possession is more important than position. and she picked up a foul because she's trying to get a position on somebody, and it's going to be physical, but you can't cross the line and display someone, and she knows that. And it was one of the moments that put her on the bench, and it's good that we can win and other people step up like they did. Keaton is so important to our team, but wasn't a good game for her, and she knows that, and she'll bounce back. And hopefully we'll take what we did tonight and be encouraged and hit that nasty road where they're hard to get wins. And hopefully we can be encouraged. And we're taking a Saturday off. We don't even know how to act on Saturday. Taking Saturdays off, typically we're at war on Saturdays playing games. So we're excited.
It is kind of an interesting situation where everybody else in the conference is playing, tomorrow. So you do have a Saturday that you can kind of watch how everybody else does. Do a little bit of scoreboard watching, and then you play down at Longwood on Tuesday night. And that's another unique one because every other game in the conference is an overnight trip. That's just a day trip. You go there, you play, you come back. But I guess the way to kind of wrap up this conversation is interesting this year with an even number of teams. There's no off days. Everybody plays. Now in this case, you're playing Friday instead of Saturday. There might be other weeks where somebody played on a Wednesday instead of a Tuesday. But there's no off days. There's no bye weeks like there had been in the past when there was an odd number of teams. As a coach, have you had to kind of adjust because of that?
Well, everybody's on the same playing field, court, so to speak. And no. Everybody's doing the same thing. You probably talk to everybody in the conference. Wednesday's the day off. Wednesday's your day off. You can't really, it'd be very difficult to take Sunday off and practice on Monday and maybe even travel on Monday if you're playing away. Stop and think, that's crazy. You take Sunday off, Monday you jump on a bus and you go somewhere and you practice one day to play. I can't say that I know a team that did that or has done that or hasn't done that. But so everybody's on the same playing court or field, so to speak. So it's equal in competition. Tonight was unusual and it was difficult. Six days. We have 3 games in 6 days because of, and I'll try to move as quick as possible. NCAA wants to, when it comes to March Madness, they'd like to have everybody's conference championship on TV. So, and their priorities, men's basketball comes for women's basketball. So they're trying to schedule, and they're giving our conference the last moment notice of when they're going to play. So that affects the scheduling for everybody, women's side as well. So we're a week behind. We got 4 games, they got 2 games. And we're a week behind because of the NCAA wanting to televise men's games. And because of that delay, we do not know when we're playing, and even if we're playing at home or away. And basically what has happened, we couldn't schedule Vine Center. College for a Weekend did, and they work with us. They do a great job. There's little flexibility, though, when they're trying to put on a concert and the traveling touring group, whoever it is sort of locked into their schedule, and that was the case. And we were stuck in a pickle. We were trying to flip-flop these games and go home and away the other way, and for some reason that didn't work out. So we had the option to keep this thing on Saturday and not be in the Vine Center and maybe go to a neighbor, Lynchburg College or whoever, and that was on the board. To play the game, but we needed this home court. We needed to be on our home court, not just in another gym that felt like we're on the road again. So tonight, those 1,500 people being active and being supportive really gave us a lift, and it's just good to be playing at home. And that's a long story short for why we had played tonight, and I just hope that we can get rested and encouraged and ready to hit that road and take care of business. It's going to be tough.
All right, Coach. We'll see you down in Farmville on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Head Coach Kerry Green here as the Lady Flames get the win over Charleston Southern. The final score again, 67-56. Until that game on Tuesday night, remains for me to thank everybody who made the broadcast possible. I want to thank Paul Carmody and the folks in the Sports Information Department for all their good work. I want to thank the fine folks at Charleston Southern for getting us statted up and ready to go on their end of things. I want to thank you for listening, whether it was online in the Lynchburg area on 90.9 FM or maybe even on Facebook Live right now. We certainly appreciate your patronage. Nick and Kay are on right now watching, so we appreciate them as well. And you can follow, and even if you can't follow along live, you can go back later on Facebook Live and watch the archives of the conversations with Coach Green. If you're tuning in late and you didn't get a chance to hear the part of the conversation with Audrey Rettstatt, it's worth going back and watching. A lot of fun there with Audrey and a great game for her. She finishes up with her first career double-double, 19 points and 10 rebounds, but a lot of fun in that chat. And again, you can go to Facebook.com. Maybe you're driving around right now on your way home from the game. When you get home, Facebook.com/Jamie K. Hall, Jamie K. Hall, and that'll take you right to my page, and everything's on there that you can watch from the video archives from most of the season, since we've been doing this now for about a month or so, the second half of the season anyway. Okay, that's going to do it here until Tuesday night. This is Jamie Hall saying so long and God bless.